the catch of this love, and this expectation is all about when you love, you multiply yourself on the outside, by your means with success, because you give something out that brings you something nice back in, which means you are creating copies of yourself that are obedient to you, because you create this neediness that they start feeling that they need you because they're getting something nice from you. And so both sides get conditioned to this reason of needing one another, and that's not unconditional. And look, this is a place where I made a video just last time, the previous video, just in there by those trees, right in there. Here. Okay, so this is the park. I don't want to show you too much of the people because I don't want those other people to be in my camera, because maybe they don't agree to be in public, I mean, on the internet and stuff. So okay, see you later in a bit. Hello. I will not tell you what unconditional love would be like, because it's on you to think about it. What I would say is there is no such thing as unconditional love. Even when people say, oh yeah, but I love this one so much that they destroyed me and I still love them. Yeah, okay, there was a certain pleasure for you to get in a thrill, in the competition of your ego, nothing else. And if you call that love, I call that foolishness and stupidity. Now, you want to accept it or not, it's up to you. But it's up to you actually to think about it, to really come to some conclusions by yourself. I'm just stirring your mind, nothing else. I'm not trying to give you an answer. I'm just trying to show you some things the way they are. And look, this is a nice park right up here. Yeah, it's a community recreational area. It's very nice. Look at this, wait. Man, it's so green, I'm telling you. And by creating these copies means you are trying to create in everybody else around you that nice what you're giving. And why you're doing that? Because you're scared of your own power and you want to be safe. So you want to be surrounded only by pleasant stuff, which means in a way you're addicted to pleasure, because you just cannot have enough of it. You just cannot get enough of it. You just want to spread it and spread it until there is no end to it. So by the way, if you're wondering where these nice places are, this is Mountain View. I came here to visit my friend, to spend some time with him. Yeah. So it's nice, it's very nice. A lot of, greenery, a lot of nice trees, bushes, nice clean streets compared to Los Angeles, where I reside. You see, so green. It's really nice, and you can go here and you really relax. Okay, it's a bit noisy, from the cars and stuff. Yeah, but it's very good. See, okay, see ya. Look at this tree, man. This is some nice tree. This is some strong tree. If you're able to stand like this tree in life, and endure all sorts of stuff, man, you're a champ. Trust me. Or trust yourself, that's better. Look who's there. Hello. Hello. Hi. Today I'm gonna make this video to help you think of the love, big L, or the L word, and we'll see if it is what it seems to be for ourselves, not what is told by somebody else. Yes? Okay, it's a very nice walk I'm having. Going to work out a little bit and to make this video. There's squirrels everywhere, man. Yeah, I can't show you, they're so fast. It's like they just go and they're gone. Okay, here we go. Now, we talk a lot about this love, you know. Love, 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 and I wanted you to think about this, what I will tell you right now. Now, you know, there's a lot of talk about unconditional love, which means, you know, it is love, which is love that comes from somebody that expects nothing in return, that loves with no condition, no matter how the subject of his or her love is, no matter what the subject of his or her love does, or how they live their life. It does not matter to that person who gives that love, right? Okay, now, if you are truly honest to yourself, you know, and you ought to be honest to yourself, because that's all it matters, to be honest to yourself. Not about, you know, not about anyone on the outside of you, you see. So, but that requires all of us to be honest to ourselves, so that we can be, as this one, you know, functioning through these parts that we call us, that it interacts with itself. Now, love, you really believe there is unconditional love? You really believe that there is some kind of love that requires nothing in return? You think there is no expectation, no gain when someone loves? Think about it really, really good, and be really, like I said, really honest with yourself. Not with me. You don't even have to comment. You don't even have to tell me no, it's not true, or it is. Just think about it for yourself, okay? Because it's not up for me. You know what I mean? So think about it. Every person in this world that says they love somebody loves that somebody or those somebodies for a certain either physical pleasure that will get in return for that love given, for the given love, or expressed love. So it's either physical pleasure, for physical pleasure, or for mental pleasure, or for spiritual pleasure, or for emotional pleasure. And physical, emotional comes together with sensual pleasure. You know what I mean? So it is always this gain. It is always for the pleasure, always for gaining something that will be either that will fall into either of those categories, or maybe in all of them. So it's not that unconditional, you know. It's not unconditional at all. It's a condition, because we are conditioned to each other, whether we like it or not. You know what I mean? We are all connected. And with just that being said, it means there is no way that we could be completely independent from each other. And which means that every time we give something, we require it back, whether we like to admit it, whether we are aware of it or not. It is always for pleasure, because we can easily conclude that love brings us pleasure. So it is not unconditional. You know? The other thing is, you see, they say mother's love is the closest to the love of God, which was supposed to be unconditional. Now let's look at that example, okay? Mother loves her offspring, her child, as God loves his or her or its creation. So do you really believe also that love is unconditional? Do you think is it unconditional to receive pleasure from seeing your own offspring, your own? So do you believe that receiving pleasure from from seeing your offspring, your own, like I said, your property of you, your flesh, your blood, your sweat that you invested in by loving it, by providing for it, by teaching it, so you receive the pleasure from seeing that offspring getting to where you consider be it successful. You see, be it happy. When your offspring is happy, it means your offspring is somehow successful, which means it's doing good. So it was a beneficial offspring, you know. And even you will say, but what about those children who turn bad against their parents and those parents still love them? Yes, because there is always a hope. You see, always it's a hope. It's an expectation. It's a gain that the pleasure will one day finally come. You get it? That you will finally receive the pleasure from having the offspring that you expected, in the measure you expected, in the success, in the happiness that you expected to be and to grow old and to achieve more. Now the same thing goes with God, right? It's an ego trip, you see. It's an ego trip. God likes to see his own or her or its, I don't know what religion you want to belong to. God also expects success. God also gets pleasure from being challenged by his own creation or her own creation or its own creation. Yes. So it is, when you create something, you expect it to be successful. You expect it to reach certain goals. You expect it to reach certain standards. And that's not unconditional. I have nothing against love, don't get me wrong. I like pleasure also. I'm not trying to dispute love. Love is nice. It brings you all sorts of benefits. When you give love, you get a lot of nice stuff back. But don't ever come to me and tell me that you love somebody unconditionally. Because before you say that, look deep within yourself and ask yourself if that's true. Because I don't think you really believe that. Thank you very much. And the main reason why I'm doing this is not to torture you or to bring some kind of heavy black cloud upon this society. Not at all. I'm doing this because now it's a critical point where this civilization here on Earth is in need. It's urgent for it to make the transition. If it does not achieve the transition, if it does not make it, it's gonna all perish. You think it's a joke? It's not a joke. It all started. Now, and where actually all this transition starts from is from being honest to yourself and stop pretending and stop being selfish with this love. You know? Because as much as you are deceived about this, that much you are away from making the transition.